Well, hello! Happy October! I hope that you are doing well. I currently am very sick. I spent the last 2 nights, sleeplessly tossing and turning, covered in sweat.
Die.
I'm fine. But anyway, I wanted to put together a little vlog about what my week looks like as a children's book illustrator and author. I'm working on a couple of things. In this vlog, I'll be working on editing my own picture book that I am illustrating and writing, as well as working on a cover design for a young adult queer sci-fi graphic novel that I'm trying to pitch to publishers. It's gonna be a little cozy video, nothing, extreme, but if you need something, warm, something cozy, artsy, naturey to have on in the background, maybe you're trying to pretend that fascism isn't happening for like 5 seconds, then I'm very happy to have you. Thank you for being here. And with that, let's dive in.
So I just got back from physical therapy because apparently when you get into your 30s, your body just decides to die.
Old maiden.
But yeah, I don't know what I did. I was at the gym and I just felt a pop in my neck that was shortly followed up by a very sharp pain. My very nice PT gave me some exercises and I'm hopeful that it'll work out well. In the meantime, I am taking the rest of the day to focus on doing some edits for my picture book. My lovely editor sent me a PDF with some notes and comments. So I'm just going to make some edits to the text and put in new sketches that I did based on her comments and hopefully send it off to her by the end of today. So what you're seeing in this video right now is essentially what an author's picture book pitch looks like. I talked about this a little bit in my last video where I announced that I achieved my dream of becoming an author, but when you go and submit your book to publishers, you essentially send them a PDF with the picture book manuscript written out and all of the pages sketched out. And there'll be like maybe 2 to 3 finished art pieces in that whole PDF. But most of it is just bare bones, legible, but pretty loose sketches. You want to give the editor an idea of what it's going to look like, but still show that there's room to play around. And so right now at this stage, we're still just finessing the manuscript. Luckily, she didn't have that many changes. And then after this, I'll be moving on to doing the final artwork. I don't know what happened. I got my hair cut a couple weeks ago, and when the barber, when she did it, it looked great. It looked kind of like, 90s Kurt Cobain-esque, and then I try and do it myself, and I just look like Mary-Kate and Ashley. So it's the morning. Gonna be doing a couple of things. I have every other week, I have a critique group with friends of mine who are also kids book illustrators and authors, and we meet to just chat, talk shop. So it's just nice to have friends who are in the industry to bounce ideas off of each other and rely on each other for opinions and stuff like that. But before that, I'm gonna do some cover sketches. So I'm working on a young adult queer sci-fi rom-com adventure graphic novel, and I've put together a pitch. I've written out about half of the script, and then I've plotted out all of the chapters, and I've sent my agent all the materials, and she has still not looked at it yet, which is fine. It's fine. But while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to do some refining of this cover concept that I have that I think might look good. I mean, ultimately, it's something like this isn't needed necessarily for a pitch. I just want to do it to be a little extra. So I'm going to do a little bit of that. Going to go to my meeting, and then I need to do some tidying up around here because it's a mess. So for anybody who's interested, I just want to share a little bit about like what this graphic novel that I'm working on is about. I'm imagining it kind of like Steven Universe mixed with Indiana Jones, but as I said, it's a queer sci-fi fantasy adventure, which I know is a lot, but it's about a boy who escapes this kind of tyrannical city that he lives in, into the barren wasteland of his planet. And in the wasteland, he runs into this really cute wizard boy. They become quite taken with each other, and in their journey, they uncover this ancient plot that could actually return their planet back to health instead of being a wasteland, so long as the power stays away from the wrong hands. And the aesthetic of it, I didn't want it to be sci-fi in kind of like a cyberpunk or Blade Runner kind of way. I really like the idea of mixing like 80s / early 90s blocky technology with flying robots and lasers and all that stuff, as well as people who can practice magic. Hi. So I have a lot of books. I got this for the purpose of storage, and then I forgot that over the years I've used it to store my artist copies of books that I've illustrated, and publishers will give me, I mean, it varies. Not every publisher will give you the same amount, but I definitely have a lot of books. And I don't need all of these, and I don't know what to do with them. Wow, it's weird. It's weird to just see like your life's work, like in front of you. Like, it's weird, but it's in a good way. And it is nice to see the culmination of stuff I've worked on, because I do kind of just like finish something and send it off and then I'm done with it. But yeah, I think we should take more time to sit with ourselves. I mean, not that our current society and the way that life is structured allows it, but we should allow ourselves more time to really reflect and appreciate like how far we've come in some ways, and just be happy for what we've been able to achieve. As an artist, it's interesting to see like what you do a few years ago versus where you are at this point in time. I've moved away from working like mostly digitally, and now I do a lot more like mixed media stuff. So this book is coming out next year by Nicole Melleby is the author. And this is a lot of fun to work on because it was almost entirely, actually it was entirely colored pencil, watercolor, and pastel. Yeah, I've just really been having a lot of fun. I've been working in that way a lot recently. There's just something about like watercolor and colored pencil texture that is just so, I don't know, just that analog feel is just really lovely. And there's a lot of good brushes out there for Procreate and stuff that can emulate that, but I do like working with those materials by hand. I'm not a purist, obviously, like I still work digitally sometimes, but I think working this way helps me slow down and feel more grounded. But yeah, I need to find a place. I need to find these books a home. You know what? Books shouldn't just be kept in the dark. I don't know about you. I was one of those kids. I was one of those kids where I'd have stuffed animals, and every stuffed animal would have to like be comfortable. They would like I'd have to trade them out and make sure that no one was getting special attention. Everybody needed to, make sure they were all getting loved equally and they were all being seen and they were all comfortable. Even as an adult, I still like anthropomorphize and personify inanimate objects, which is foolish. So I feel bad. I feel bad that I kept these books inside for so long. They're so pretty. They're so pretty.
So it's the morning. I did not sleep well. I have a really hard time sleeping. I think just because of like anxiety, mental health problems, you know. And I'm still just feeling really, not to be a bummer, I'm just still feeling really sad. I'm still feeling that lingering like nobody likes you, you should kill yourself vibe. And I hate that. Again, this is why we're in therapy. On a weekly basis. But yeah, let's try and get out in some nature and maybe something good will come from that.
Well, I'm happy to say that I finished the book cover. It is a bit of an overkill to have a mock cover design for a graphic novel pitch. It's not really necessary. I just don't know how to relax. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I hope my agent, whenever she reads it, likes it as well. But now that that's done, I'm waiting to hear back from my editor about my edited picture book manuscript that I sent over earlier this week. I'm still waiting to hear back notes about sketches for the second Weirdies book that I am working on. So really, today I'm finding myself with not really anything to do. And I don't know what to do with that. I genuinely am a workaholic, and I don't say that lightly. When I don't have something to do or work on, I get so incredibly stressed out. And I'm trying to learn how to relax and force myself to do nothing. I have something fun to look forward to. Today is my D&D campaign day. My roommates and I meet every other week to run a campaign. And for those of you who are interested, I'm playing as this arcane trickster rogue. So it's like a rogue who can do magic. So she's sneaky but also powerful. Her name is Cordelia Braithwaite, and we're currently being surrounded by zombies. How we got to zombies from a serial killer, I don't remember. It's been a couple of sessions, but it's been fun. But outside of that, yeah, I don't really have anything planned, which freaks me out. So I'm gonna try and relax and do nothing. I'm not gonna give myself a project. I'm not gonna give myself work I don't need to do. I'm gonna allow myself to do nothing. And that's fine.
Okay, who was the last one on the room? Was Blaze Bender?
Blaze Bender.
Blaze Bender.
Okay. You start.
Wait, the one that we barricaded?
Yeah.
But we're far away from it now.
Yeah, we're far away from it now. Yeah, dancing lights and very. Make the enemy's name runs out. But diamonds. Pretty here. Why is it so pretty?
We need to get out more.
Corn Maze. A sea of corn. I might check that out, actually.
If you made it this far, just wanted to say thank you very much for watching. This is what a typical week usually is. It really is just pretty much me at my desk, but I am trying to go out and explore Portland a bit more. I admittedly need to get out of my house a bit. Just thank you very much for being here. I hope that you are taking care of yourself during these very stressful times, and I will see you next time. Hopefully when I'm not so congested.